Part 2, reading the field. So let's talk about how we want to look at the field and how we want to understand it and create a visualization pattern that will help us exploit and attack efficiently during games. Outcomes for this part, we want visual cues to open up our field of vision. What are we going to call those cues? So we want to make sure that we understand the acronym that we're going to use and understand that it is easy to attack what we see. So TCT is the acronym that we're going to use here. T stands for touchline. Your first touchline should always be the line that is closest to the ruck. So if it's on the right side of the field, your first T should be looking in at that ruck, painting the picture of what's happening in that ruck, and then moving out. C is crossbar. Crossbar is where the center of the field is, or the center of the field is where the crossbar is at. So we always look, see what's happening in front of us. So we get our eyes up in front. What's in front of us? Do we have space? Are we marked? Are we overloaded? Are we marked? Are we overloaded? What can we do? And then last one is T, touchline. Look at what's happening outside of us. So what's happening outside of us? Is there space? Are they marked? Are they overloaded? And who is my support players out wide? You should always, with the TCT, be working to answer the 5 W's. What are they giving us? So where is the space? Are they overloaded or are they marked? You're going to see a reoccurring theme with those 2 words, okay? Where is the space? There's always space in rugby. It's your job to find that space and then get to it. Why is there space there? So one reason why we always start down at the breakdown and then look out is because we should be looking to see, is there a contesting player in there? If there's a contesting player in there, that means that they've allocated sources to the breakdown, which gives us an advantage out wide. We have to be mindful of that because once we see a contesting player, that means that we have an advantage somewhere else. We have to find that advantage. Who am I with in support and who is with me as my support? Again, you heard me mention that in part 1, we're going to have in groups of 3. You should understand in what group of 3 you're working in and what is your job inside of that group of 3. Last, when should I attack, pass, overload, offload, and or score? So we'll get more into that, the understanding of that. But for right now, TCT and using your TCT to answer the 5 W's is what we're working on and talking about. So let's look at this situation here. Okay, this is a T. We always start looking in at the breakdown. What's going on at the breakdown and outside of it? C, what's happening in front of us? Our crossbar. Where is it? What do I have space? What's going on in front of me? The last one is T, the outermost touchline. Where am I? What am I? Who's happening? Is there marked or the overloaded situation? Very easy. Review. So what does TCT stand for? Why is it important? Take a second and think about it. If you have to, pause it. Create your own clarity on it, please. Touchline, crossbar, touchline. It will help us identify if we are marked or overloaded and make us a more impactful attacking team. So I always use this analogy is if you cross the street, you always look both ways so you don't get hit by a bus. Why would you play defense only looking in at the breakdown? Be mindful. If you can see what's happening in front of you and open your vision, you're going to be more impactful. You're going to score more tries. You're going to be more efficient. You're going to do everything just better. So that's what that TCT is there for, and that's why it is so important. Second review question. Where should you always start your TCT from and why? So the touchline closest to the ruck. This will give you an immediate feedback to where space is at. Again, always start in, work out, go back in, work out. Most importantly, when you TCT, you should be communicating to your friends around you and your teammates of what you are seeing. More communication, the better. There's no such thing as too much communication in rugby.